And we are back at Scottrade Center in St. Louis. A packed house on hand for the Blues' final home game of 2014. And tonight's Dobbs starting goaltenders. Martin Brodeur is back in goal. His first home start since beating Florida back on December 8th. He's opposed by Semyon Varlamov, who of course has been injury-plagued this year. He has missed 15 games with a groin injury, but he did blank the Blues 5-0 on December 23rd. Of course, a few years ago, Martin Brodeur broke that guy's NHL record of 551 wins. It's a record that stood for a while, but now Brodeur has it with 690 and hoping to build on that tonight. It's the Blues and Avalanche for the fourth time this year. Blues hockey is sponsored by Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. It is Stastny, Yashkin, and Reeves against Tanguay, John Mitchell, and Jerome McGinley. And the puck back of the goal. Kicked away by Yashkin. Now on the cycle for Reeves. Trying to get away from his check, Jan Hejda, who's on defense with Erik Johnson. Here's Cole in the slot, now shot by Reeves, and he jams that one wide. And then Yashkin against Mitchell. Here's Reeves again, but now Johnson comes over. He's nudged a bit, lost the puck, and Yashkin gets it for St. Louis. Back to the top now for Cole.
That's a tough play for Cole. As a left-hand shot playing the right side, he's got to take that off the boards on his backhand right there. But a good start for this line with Ryan Reeves on the right side with Stastny and Yashkin. Very good start.
And now at his back is Oshie and Steen up front. And this goes down the ice. No icing, though. At the last second, they wave it off.
The goaltender played it off the boards.
On center ice. Redmond is knocked down. The Blues get it back. Bouwmeester for Pietrangelo. Tipped along by the captain, Backes. Steen, the first man there. For Oshie, the drive right on goal. And a save by Varlamov. And the first test for him. And now Landeskog the other way. And the Avalanche captain gets it deep. TJ Oshie back against the veteran Briere. And now Oshie with it. He was checked though. Puck in front, a shot. Just wide. And that was close as Ryan O'Reilly let it go. And now it's tipped in the slot by a Blues player down the ice. And no icing.
That's good chemistry there, though, between Steen and TJ Oshie, knowing that he was going to be there. Even though it was a sharp, severe angle, still a very good shot by Oshie.
And now the Avalanche to center. The speedy McKinnon comes in and drive on goal. And a save by Brodeur. And the rebound is gobbled up by Tarasenko. And he gets to center ice. That pass hit a skate. Walked along by Porter. Trying to hit Shattenkirk. That's broken up by Hejda. And back into Blues territory. And now Chris Butler on defense here with Shattenkirk. On to center ice, picked off there by number 4, Tyson Barrie.
That's a good read by Barrie. Porter didn't see him behind him.
And now Duchesne a shot and a save by Brodeur. And the rebound cleared near the line, kept in by Nate Gannon. And now it's free for Tarasenko. Nice little short pass for Laterra. And the Blues to center ice. Oh, Laterra's rocked hard by Cody McLeod. And now Barrie reverses to Gannon.
Well, keep your eye on Laterra. Took a pretty good hit there from McLeod. Laterra just needed to get the red line, the center ice line, to get it down deep with no icing. He did it, and he knew he was going to get smoked, and he got smoked by McLeod. Good hit.
And now Brodeur plays one. Of course, the Blues last game, a 4-3 loss to Dallas. Their first loss at home in regulation in 9 games. Now Ian Cole in for Lapierre. He waits. Now a shot. And that hit traffic in front. And played by Nick Holden. Not out. Cole with it. Nice play across for Jackman. Rink wide feed for Lapierre. And he spins and whips it back to the goal. And around to Jackman again. Fights off the check there from McLeod. Lapierre comes up with it. And then back to the line. But McLeod for Colorado steps in front of Jackman. And they battle away near the line. Now it's jammed back down the ice.
That should be a big advantage for the Blues there. With Holden being a defenseman, he's basically their 12th forward as a defenseman on the 4th line. And so the Berglund line back at center ice should really have an advantage there. In the meantime, you take a look at where Oshie is right here. He's going to get the pass from Steen. This was on their first shift. Eyes in the side of his head. Steen knows he's there. But keep your eye on Oshie again. There he is coming back. And the pressure of Oshie coming all the way back in his own zone. Puts his head down and grinds it the whole way back.
Blues' lone healthy scratch tonight is Joakim Lindstrom. But Terry Lindbohm has been returned to the minors. And as we reported on the pregame show, Magnus Paajarvi has been put on waivers. The Avalanche do not have any healthy scratches tonight.
Paajarvi on waivers at 11 a.m. this morning, so 24 hours. I did speak to Paajarvi today, and one part of it, he said it's good that he gets to play. No matter what's going to happen, he's going to get an opportunity to play, whether it's in the American Hockey League with the Wolves or being picked up by another NHL team.
He's only played in 10 games this year for the Blues. And now the veteran Iginla, who scored a goal last week against St. Louis, can't get in there. And lobbed to center by Shattenkirk, walked along by Oshie. And he tries to sneak down the wall. Dodged by Stewart. And now it's Yashkin in there along with Pietrangelo. But John Mitchell fires it back to center ice. And a turning Backes. Now for Pietrangelo. He walks in a shot, and that's off a leg wide. Now collected by Steen. Steen back on the goal for Backes. And he looks around. Everybody's covered. Now in front to Oshie. A drive and a glove save by Varlamov, and no further play.
Well, just like the last game against Dallas, this line starts out very, very strong, setting the tone. But time now for our Toyota keys to the game early on. Brad Shaw, the associate coach, said they need to start turning it on for 60 full minutes in its entirety. It's been far too long since they played a full 60. Obviously, stay out of the penalty box. If you missed our open, that's what we talked about. Last 6 games, 32 times they've been in the penalty box. 32.
And 10 of those times they've seen the red light on their goal lit up. Now it is Steen in the deep slot. Oshie, the drive, hit the goal post.
There's that third man high in great position. And now Oshie's had 3 shots on goal.
And that appeared to hit the near goal post. Now Backes, rink wide feed for Steen. Moves are changing now. Steen will rifle one around the boards for Pietrangelo, who was walked in there by the captain Landeskog. And now number 5, Nate Gannon for Barrie. Avalanche's last game was Saturday, a 5-2 loss at home to Chicago. That was their first loss in regulation in 7. And a drive by Barrie hit the shin pads of Jackman. And now Ian Cole ties up Duchesne, and the loose puck taken by Porter. Now on to center ice Montero. And then Tarasenko in front, jammed wide by Porter. And then Porter, who had a half of his nail knocked off the other night on a slash, and he showed it to me today, and it was rather gruesome looking, but he's not going to miss a shift there.
No, that was at the end of the game, the heel of the stick on the hand, but he also said it happened earlier in the game on the same thumb. Brutal.
And along the way, it's 7 hits to lead the Blues in that department as Jackman waits. And off the board, though, that's picked off by Cleach. His drive, pad save, rebound, and shot by Holden. And I think Brodeur got over and made that save.
He sure did. Great save with that pass-off pad on the first one.
And now Jan Hejda the drive, and a stick save by Brodeur. And the rebound taken by Ott. Too far for Lapierre. All of this because of a bad clearing attempt by the veteran Jackman.
Well, the Avalanche were in good position. I think the Blues forwards had to come back deeper to help out. Ott was right in front of us at basically between the blue line and center ice. There was no outlet.
So Jackman didn't have enough options, is what you're saying.
I didn't think so.
Now Reeves comes in and had his pocket picked by Barrie. Puck comes around for Iginla, but stepping in front of him is former Stastny. A shot by Stastny just missed. And now back to Butler. Butler, of course, played collegiately at DU, as did Stastny. Now Reeves trying to duck under the Mitchell check. And John Mitchell gets it away and lobs it high into Blues territory. And now to center ice again for Yashkin. He was hit by Mitchell.
What a step-up hit right there. I don't think Yashkin saw Mitchell, and that's where you need some communication from the bench and from the guys on the ice.
12 and a half to go in the first period. Now Pietrangelo in for Oshie. Trying to slide it through. He does for Backes. Right through the goal crease. And now Bouwmeester tips it back with a goal. And here's Backes. Worked over by Tanguay to the corner now for Pietrangelo. And again a hit by John Mitchell.
See how deep the 2 defensemen, Bouwmeester and Pietrangelo. They're up ice.
And now lob back to the cage, Backes. And a centering feed. That was tipped by an Avalanche, sticking all the way down the ice. And Brodeur, sensing the Avs are changing. Nice play into Oshie. He comes in, and a shot blocked by Hejda.
Heads-up play there by Marty Brodeur. Real heads-up play, right on the tape.
And now Erik Johnson. He has scored goals in 4 straight games. 10 on the year. That ties his career high. And now Johnson around the ice. Oh, trying to do it himself. A pass across. And a glove save by Brodeur on O'Reilly. Set up beautifully by Erik Johnson. And both goaltenders have been razor sharp. No score in the first.
Well, Martin Brodeur comes into this game with 690 wins. Here, the turnover with the coverage, certainly by Colorado. Shot off the pad, and then the rebound right there with a great save. There's the shot, there's the rebound, and he came across, and he just got the blocker on it beautifully. Erik Johnson with a dynamic shift all over the ice there, and O'Reilly gets a good one. Glove side, good save. Good start here by Brodeur.
Yeah, two good saves there by the future Hall of Famer. And the Blues get the puck to center ice. Here is Hayda. Now for Johnson. Shot 7-2 for the Blues. On to center ice. Landeskog can't get it. And then O'Reilly does. He walks it in. Slowed up by Steen. Brodeur goes for a skate back of the goal. And now it comes free for Briere. And the former Canadian. Pass in front. That punch wide by Landeskog. Now the young captain of the Avalanche. A pass down low. Picked off by Steen. Lobs on to Bouwmeester. And the Blues to center ice.
That's good defensive coverage, though. Trusting your position, not running around.
Steen in deep for Oshie. In the deep slot. Turning is Laterra. And his pass was tipped and picked off by Landeskog. And he lobs one to the corner. As the Avalanche make a change on the fly. That's plenty of time for Pietrangelo. And now on for Tarasenko. Through center to himself. Into the zone, but it's offside. And the crowd was starting to buzz after that pass off the boards by Tarasenko.
There's a little crescendo going on. Wasn't there a little bit of anticipation there with Tarasenko buzzing around? Tarasenko blocked the shot in the last game against Dallas. Didn't skate yesterday, but obviously these wheels are ready to go. Barely offside. It must have been Berglund's.
Yeah, I believe it was Berglund. As now the Avalanche come in, and a shot was well wide, picked up by Ian Cole. And now Laterra for Berglund. Curls at the line, down low for Laterra. And bumps with Brad Stewart, who earlier this month played in game number 1,000. And Jackman cannot get over, and the Blues have to go back. But now instead, Brodeur catches the Avs napping, but then Berglund can't make a play. He had Tarasenko heading to the net. I don't know if he saw him or not, but that almost was a breakaway. And now Tarasenko. That's two great passes by Brodeur, trying to catch the Avalanche napping on the line change.
And we'll see if Ken Hitchcock and Kirk Muller stay with Berglund on that line with Laterra and Tarasenko. They started it with Berglund, Ott, and Lapierre.
And now Porter, who was on that line, he comes in. To the line, Shattenkirk the shot, wide by a foot. And then kept along by Butler, almost stand on it though. And now Butler knocks Holden down, the puck to the line, and Cleach dumps it deep. And the Blues back first.
We'll keep our eye on Ott there in front of Varlamov on that last play. He ended up on the top of the crease and kind of nudging him a little bit right there. No call on the play. Colorado bench looking for a call on that.
Now Butler ahead, here comes Stastny. He comes in, backhander, and a pad save by Varlamov. And then Erik Johnson hooks one to the corner. Off the glass, taken by the Blues. Back for Bouwmeester. Long wrist shot. Reeves in front, turns and fires it. And that was blocked as well. And now lobbed to center ice by Mitchell, but gloved down by Pietrangelo. And at center ice, Reeves spins off the check with 8:44 to go in the first period. And now Iginla rattles around for Stewart. To the other side, Oshie comes in, and he creates some havoc. And now the turnover. Oshie back of the goal for Yashkin. And then Oshie again. Jackman's open. And then back for Oshie. Long wrist shot and a glove save by Varlamov. And he has it. 8:22 to go, first period. No score here in St. Louis.
Well, this is the place to be in downtown St. Louis at Scottrade Center. Great crowd on hand. And we long have talked about Martin Brodeur's hockey sense and his ability. Here plays it off to Barrett Jackman, so the communication there. Barrett knows don't go to him. That's one play there. He's played the puck up the ice twice. Once up here to all the way up the ice to the right side. That was to Berglund just prior to that, and Berglund obviously has way more room. He's trying to play it to Tarasenko. A little lack of communication there, but he played one earlier than that, all the way up to TJ Oshie as well. That'll be real beneficial in that second period on that long change.
And now the Avalanche win a faceoff. Landeskog to center ice. He drops one to the corner. He goes after it. Runs into his own man, Briere. And then 3 Blues are there. Pietrangelo digs it free. But then the Avalanche on it again. Landeskog on the cycle. Works off the board. Back for Stewart. A shot up high. Hit the glass. And now it comes down for Steen. Great wide feed to Backes. And a nice placement off the corner board. Steen gets it. The shot. He rifled that one wide. And now it's Pietrangelo with some time. And then Bouwmeester. His pass blocked, but it's Backes down low. In front of Oshie almost got through. And the pass tipped at the last second by O'Reilly. And now Jan Hejda for Landeskog. And that's poked in behind the Blues goal. And Bouwmeester off the boards and out. Berglund trying to get there. He does. And the big Swede drops it off. Shattenkirk a pass. Oh, that's picked off by Talbot. And now the Avalanche at their own line. Good job there by the Czech forward Jan Hejda to fire it down the ice. And the former Colorado first-rounder Shattenkirk up the boards. Tipped to center ice Tarasenko. And his pass to an open wing. And grabbed by the red-hot Erik Johnson. Now McKinnon for Duchene. Lots of speed on the ice here for the Avalanche. Duchene at the line. And a good stick there by Lapierre to break it up. And then funneled ahead by Shattenkirk. And a bouncer for Barrie. Drops it off. Now cleared to center off McLeod. And then taken by Cole. Here's Jackman up for Lapierre. Think wide Jackman again. Another stretch pass. That's off the boards. And Tyson Barrie. Bit of a feeling-out process right now for these two clubs. After some early chances, Cleach gets it into the corner. And now Jackman trying to emerge from that corner. And off the glass back to center ice. Shot 7-4 for the Blues. No score.
Yashkin, good job finishing his check. Yashkin had 5 hits in the last game against Dallas. But anytime you get a chance to go through someone, especially defensemen on the boards like that, go through them, take a piece of them.
And now it's chopped down the ice in Zach Redmond. On the near wing, Porter comes in on the forecheck along with Reeves. And now Stastny trying to get it free. But the Avalanche with it, Redmond for Tanguay. And now to center ice. That is dumped deep by Iginla. Tanguay trying to center one. That was blocked by Bouwmeester.
I like the way Bouwmeester and Pietrangelo have started this game. I think they're in unison.
And a big hit by Reeves. He knocked a man down. Now Reeves gets the puck to the blue line. Shattenkirk trying to walk the line and drive. Tip just wide. Maybe by Stastny. And that was close.
Boy, that's one of the benefits there. I'm sure the coaching staff long talked about, the benefits of having Reeves on the right side with a guy like Stastny. But Reeves has thrown his weight around, and he can really back off the D just because he's such a good skater. He's such a good hitter as well.
And now it's Oshie trying to muscle his way to the zone. And Redmond, one of 7 defensemen dressed tonight for the Avalanche. Around for Briere. Now the Blues get it again. Here is Oshie. Held up a bit by Landeskog. Backes in front. Steen is there. And that goes wide. And then Steen and Jan Hejda fight for it. And Briere off the boards now for O'Reilly. And the former second-round pick of the Avalanche to center ice. And a high hoister to the corner. Comes down to Bouwmeester. Tipped along, not out. Long shot. Pat St. Beaudreur. And it goes to the corner. And now Patrick Berglund. He goes the other way with it. And then Pietrangelo ahead for Oshie. Tipped to center. And no icing here. With 4 minutes and change left in the first period. And now it's Erik Johnson for Hejda. And the Blues back off a little bit and set up that trap at center ice. O'Reilly tips it in there. And now Nathan McKinnon gets it on a delayed offside. Now they whistle it down. And we get a stoppage. Late first period, Blues and Avalanche remain scoreless.
Well, for TJ Oshie, Backes, and Steen, they've generated some scoring chances by having a guy in the third man in a high position. Oshie's right in the middle, one-timer, went right off the short side pipe. As you can see, Varlamov moving, left his left pad a little bit wide open right there, but that leads us to our dirt cheap snapshot of the game. I mentioned the other night about a shooter-tutor. A couple of people on Twitter asked me about it. Well, this is the local guy that I talked about, Stacy Krause, and I met him before the game. He's put together that shooter-tutor that the Blues use. Not only the Blues, but he has sold 6 to the Colorado Avalanche as well. John Kelly, Adam Foote, Milan Hajduk, amongst others, have purchased them from him. You add the pads, it hooks on nicely. It's a brilliant, brilliant hockey innovation. In the meantime, the Blues do have that old shooting gallery right by their locker room that guys like TJ Oshie, time and time again, practice their shot on.
Yeah, both Foote and Hajduk have their own rinks in their yards, so they like those tutors when you don't have a goalie like a Darren Pang around to put in net at any time. That
shooter-tutor stops a lot more than I did. and if you miss it and hit it in the belly, it punts it right back out, kind of like a baseball netting, where it's brilliant. It's absolutely outstanding. One of the most improved hockey innovations of the year, as far as I'm concerned.
Now it is Oshie, a long rink wide feed for Pietrangelo, picked off. Under 3 to play, first period. Now Bouwmeester, and he gets it back from Pietrangelo. Up the near side for Steen. And Steen shoots it around the boards. Kept in by Bouwmeester. And then Steen again, shoulder to shoulder against Hayda. Oshie is there. Now Cleach back for Colorado. And he loses it to Oshie. And now for Lapierre. And then Lapierre was nudged by Johnson. Puck near the far wing, now back to Bouwmeester. And then Steen on the wing. The Avalanche are protecting the middle of the ice very well right now. And then McLeod steps up. Can't clear it by Bouwmeester. And then Pietrangelo in front. Steen back to Bouwmeester. And a shot looking for a tip. That was wide.
Yeah, because he had no other choice. I mean, there's too many bodies in the lane that would have got blocked. He was just trying to play it off to the side as he did in the last game when Backes ended up scoring on that redirection in the third.
And that's an icing call against the Blues. Well, get ready for an amazing second half to the season, and don't miss one shot, save, or goal with a stretch run pack. Choose a 7 or 17 game pack, which includes games against Chicago and the Tarasenko bobblehead night. Stretch run packs go on sale in January. Stay tuned for more details. Of course, the Blues go back on the road for 4 games after tonight's tilt. Tomorrow night in Nashville against the Red Hot Predators. Now is Barry's shot. Bounces just wide of Brodeur. And that was close. And then Iginla off the boards. And Iginla's shot blocked. Rebounded Mitchell. Can't pull the trigger. And then Alex Tanguay to the line. Barry can't hold it in. He's worked over by Porter. With 90 seconds left in the first period. And now Tanguay has it again. 24 points on the year. As tops on the club. Of course, he was a member of their 0-1 Cup Championship team.
And 12 goals for Tanguay. Shooting at 26% shooting efficiency. That's an amazing number for Tanguay.
That's tops in the NHL. I would say if I was his coach, shoot more.
Yeah, well, last 15 shots, he got 5 goals.
Now the Blues with a minute to go here. Reeves a backhander on goal and a save by Varlamov.
Was that kind of a pirouette?
That was a Savardian spinorama pirouette by Reeves.
And Reeves showing his all-around ability with that one. Good stuff.
He learned those moves on the ponds of Winnipeg, Manitoba. And number 22 is Zach Redmond, who had a goal against the Blues last week. Twisting to center ice, and that is offside at the line.
Well, Ryan Reeves finds himself in a different role, but for Ryan Reeves, it's getting in there on the forecheck, banging bodies. But here's the little pirouette, one little spin-around move on Redmond, and he ends up getting a good shot. That's a left pad save there by Varlamov. He should average a little bit more than that 7:15 on that line, and I like the fact that they started Paul Stastny up against his former team. Let's face it, the cord has been cut. This is the 3rd game now in 18 days. For Paul Stastny and his former team, Colorado.
And, of course, missed the first game of the year back in St. Louis. Now it is Duchesne coming in. Drops it off. Aaron Johnson a shot. And that's tipped wide of the goal. 5 to go in the period. And then Bouwmeester gives an Avalanche player a rough right. Talbot comes after him. And the horn sounds. And now Talbot is upset with Bouwmeester.
Oh, I like that Bouwmeester. He was physical in front of the net earlier in the period. It was Daniel Briere, albeit a smaller player, but he's asserted himself. You can tell that this tandem here, they're not happy with the way that they have played. And they're two guys that represent Canada. They're all-world defensemen, and they know they got to pick up their game, and boy, have they ever. The first period was a strong one for Pietrangelo and for Jay Bouwmeester. In the meantime, our Plaza Tire Service shot comparison. We focus in on Ryan O'Reilly with 3 totals, but TJ Oshie in the first period was the most dangerous player. 5 total shot attempts. Pat and Bernie.
All right, Darren Pang and John Kelly, we thank you very much from the Fox Box. We're standing by with the St. Paul GM Country intermission report. Bernie, I thought the Blues had somewhat better of the play. They just didn't have the shots that the Colorado Avalanche did.
Well, this is exactly what type of game I expected from these two teams. A very quick pace. There's no question that both teams really want to, win this game, but I think they're being very cautious about how they're going to get it done. So good checking, good pace. I mean, I think that period only took about 35 minutes, which is very, very quick. So good work so far. The Blues got outshot that, but you know what? I think pretty even play.
It really has been a lot of hitting, certainly, and some very good goaltending, especially by Marty Brodeur. St. Paul GM Country intermission report is coming up next on Fox Sports Midwest.
No score after 1. The Blues and Colorado Avalanche in the final home game of 2014. And we are back in the broadcast booth, and I am joined by Steve Dianetta of the St. Louis Amateur Hockey Hall of Fame. First of all, happy holidays, Steve.
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Appreciate it very much. And you are here for a big announcement. Of course, every year the Amateur Hockey Hall of Fame, they have a Hall of Fame induction class, and you're going to announce the 2015 class.
Yes, John, this holiday season we've been notifying the 6 inductees of the class of 2015. But the real reason why I'm here tonight is that on behalf of the board of the St. Louis Amateur Hockey Hall of Fame, it is my honor and privilege to let you and your family know that your father, the great Dan Kelly, has been selected to be part of our class of 2015. Wow. He inspired and motivated and made contributions to this city. The reason why we have 10 kids from St. Louis playing in the NHL now, the reason why we have a kid from St. Louis with his name on the cup is because of the contributions of your father. Thank you, and I hope you will join us this summer.
Well, that is a shock to me and a pleasant surprise, and I know that my dad somewhere would be very appreciative. He obviously loved amateur hockey and was a huge hockey fan, and what can I say? Thank you very much.
Thank you for your family sharing them with us.
Thank you, Steve Dianetta of the St. Louis Amateur Hockey Hall of Fame.
Wow, John Kelly.
Wow is right. I'm shocked.
That is outstanding. Congratulations to you, your family, and, of course, the great memory of your Hall of Fame great broadcaster, Dan Kelly. That's great stuff.
It certainly is. Here's a shot. They score! And Dan Kelly would love that goal. And the Blues take a 1-0 lead.
This one just went underneath the pads of goaltender Varlamov. And Dmitry Yashkin makes him pay. This linesman good. They started the hockey game. They've had a good pace. Turnover by the goaltender ends up being taken advantage. Paul Stastny is the guy that caused that turnover as well. And look at that little fluttering puck right there on end. He turned the blade over at the last second, and the goaltender sliding to his right, and right between the legs opens up. What a terrific, terrific play, but a good read there by Stastny.
And it is 1-0 to goal at 2:28.
Blues goal, his third of the season. Scored by number 20.
And the Avalanche dump it down the ice. And now David Backes gets it away from Landeskog. And the puck filtered to center ice. Here comes TJ Oshie in for the Blues. Oshie pulls up a shot, and that was partially blocked by O'Reilly. And the Avalanche fire it the other way. Stastny gets the only assist on the goal by Yashkin. And again at 28 seconds of this second period.
A goal scorer's little touch right there, and although he's new to the NHL, we know that he had a great final junior season with Moncton having 99 points in the Quebec Hockey League, but just by turning your hands over like that, you can see that the goaltender was guessing as to where it was going. If he doesn't turn his hands over and just shoots it to the stick side, it's an easy save.
And now with 4 points in his last 5 games for Yashkin. Now Porter wide open in front. Tarasenko to Laterra, and it's shot just wide and open side.
Wow, no hooking call right there, huh?
What a chance there. And the Avalanche wire it down the ice, and that's an icing call.
It's a heck of a pass. Everybody's expecting Tarasenko to shoot it, but Laterra's hands clearly get held up. And if it's not a hooking call, it's a heck of a defensive play. But you can see that backhand keep in there by Shattenkirk. There's the pass, and there is the lift into the stick. As you can see on your left side, Porter drives hard to the net. The stick's there by the hands. He lifts up the stick. Boy, we see that time and time again of being a minor penalty. But Nathan MacKinnon lifts the stick, and just enough to nullify what would certainly be a goal. You can see by the look of exasperation on the face there of Jori Laterra. 25 points there for Laterra, 38 for Tarasenko as Patrick Waugh gets the attention of his club. Not happy with what's going on, but here's what we're going to do to begin with. This is the goal being scored. This is the forward, Stastny, and he comes into the right area, reads the play, smothers it from going beyond him. Otherwise, it's a free out for the Colorado Avalanche. But instead, Stastny makes the play. There you see Stastny's coming into your corner. Yashkin then peels away, gets into a quiet area, and just beats Erik Johnson to that loose, hobbling puck, and he snaps it by.
And the Blues lead 1-0. And after the timeout, now Laterra is pinned by Duchesne. Porter tried to wiggle free. And then Laterra again in the slot on Tarasenko. Was cruising down the slot, but somebody got a stick in there to break it up.
That was Nathan MacKinnon. Good stick by MacKinnon right there.
And now Tarasenko in for Pietrangelo. He walks in and a drive on goal. And a save. Rebound. Tarasenko fires it wide. There's the Blues that picked it up. Another gear here in the second period.
Yeah, and to begin the period, Porter goes back onto the Laterra-Tarasenko line.
Now MacKinnon drops it off. Talbot in front. Backdoor feed intended for Duchesne. Now Duchesne, former first rounder. For Johnson, a drive up high. I think it hit Bolmeister. Comes down and walked along by Pietrangelo. And now for Porter to Tarasenko. And he was checked on the back check by MacKinnon. And here's Erik Johnson for Duchesne. He can really fly. He comes in. And a great check there by Berglund. Long stretch pass. And that was blocked by Barry.
Yeah, that stung him too. He's hobbling.
Ott might have been off to the races there. And now Lapierre comes in. And a centering pass goes by everybody. Then Cleach for the Avalanche to center ice.
Yeah, that really hurt Barry. Now he can't get off the ice. Blues have got to take advantage maybe of a limping Barry.
And now Tyson Barrie again, their third-round pick in 09. And he goes for a skate back of the goal, watched by Berglund. The Blues have had the first 3 shots of this second period, and the only goal by Yashkin. On to center ice for Nick Holden. And he'll tip one back of the goal. Jackman whips it around. And around for Ott. He comes in for Reeve, just too far. And now Ryan Reeves again. On the cycle for Butler. And then Butler drifts in. That shot tipped up high. And it comes down to Landeskog. And his pass ahead for Briere. And a good stick there by Reeves. And then moved in by Yashkin. Trying to spin around his man. That's Redmond. And then Reeves will barge in behind the goal. And then back for Shattenkirk. Stastny in the slot. He gets turned around. Shattenkirk, a drive on goal. And a save by Varlamov. And then tipped to the corner by Butler. Yashkin for Stastny. And then Yashkin again. Trying to make a play out of the corner. Backhander on goal. And a save. And now Oshie. Blues in the midst of a line change. Oshie into Butler. To the net and a goal. Chase. He scores! Chris Butler. His first goal as a Blue.
Not just his first goal. That is a goal scorer's goal by Butler. Are you kidding me? He goes little forehand, backhand under the bar and in on the short side. The St. Louis native takes the drop pass there on the strong side cycle and just finishes this one. Feathery, buttery, under the bar and in. The goaltender's already gone down, makes himself small. Butler makes him pay. A perfectly executed shot.
A brilliant backhander, and the Blues take a 2-0 lead. The goal at 4:30. Had 2 goals last year with Calgary, but I don't think any were prettier than that one. And now Oshie moves in for the Blues. For Steve. Oshie again, back to Bouwmeester. And it rolled on him, and the Blues have to clear the zone. Aaron, I don't know what was said of anything after the first period, but the Blues have been they've been a much better team in the second period.
I think they would just say stay with it.
Not that they were bad in the first, but they just picked up the energy here.
They were good in the first, and they're trying to find themselves. They're trying to correct some things. They're mired in a 4-game skid. They're not playing well, so I thought that first period was a good start to the game.
Oshie and Stastny get the assist on that goal by Butler. Now Steen a shot, and that's blocked. So Paul Stastny now with 2 assists against his old club tonight.
And Steen trying to get the goaltender cheating again the same way that Butler did, but he held firm. And here's what we're going to do. Right here is Butler right here. Just stop it here for a second, because this is where he's going to go on the strong side cycle. A good read. Oshie knows it. The defenseman Redmond doesn't release, and now that allows the defenseman to go in. And he gets Varlamov cheating, leaning down early on that reverse VH instead of facing the puck square on. And it's a pretty nifty little play.
Yeah, he really didn't have a whole lot of room over his right shoulder.
I think his dad, Doug, would be pretty proud of that one.
I would say that.
His dad drafted, and drafted by the Boston Bruins.
Now Tarasenko, great pass to Tara. In the clearance, shot and a pass, saved by Varlamov. What a feed there. And Laterra almost made it 3-0. Now Porter comes in, stripped McKinnon. But now McKinnon, last year's Calder Trophy winner, to center ice. And then Talbot comes in for the Avalanche. He'll flop one back with a goal. And Cole is there for the Blues. Nice reverse now for Jackman. And the Blues to center ice. Here's Porter's pass into Laterra. Oh, Tarasenko was behind the defense.
Was he ever?
It was blocked.
Laterra just couldn't raise that, couldn't elevate. He was at the end of the shift, and John Kelly, believe me, he just came to the bench in utter frustration.
He knew that his winger, Tarasenko, the native of Yaroslavl, Russia, was in the clear, and now Porter is in a lot of pain near the Blues bench. And I have no idea what happened to him. Hopefully he's okay. Butler has made it 2-0 Blues.
2-0 Blues here. A strong second period, but bad news right here as we focus in on this area here on the left if we can. Chris Porter's going in for the hit on Holden. Let this roll. And you see, oh boy, the way it comes down. Oh my goodness. Anybody that's played any kind of sports knows that's not good. And he was screaming, John Kelly. He was screaming with both arms up on the boards trying to keep himself up. The excruciating pain that he was in, and is in, I'm sure.
That is just tough to see, and we just hope for the best for Chris Porter. Hopefully it just looked a lot worse, but boy.
Oh, that's a lot of weight on a small area of your leg right there. And your toe of your skate trying to keep things intact. Yikes.
Now Reeves the hit in the corner. Stastny gets it. And then Reeves back of the goal. Here's Butler. He comes in looking for a second goal in this period. And that shot blocked. And now Yashkin again deals it back to Butler. And a clock shot. Kirk wrist shot tipped wide of Varlamov. Now Reeves in front. And that goes right through the slot. And the Avalanche with it. And Jerome McGinley. His pass up in the air. Boy, Reeves has created, Darren, a lot of turnovers with his forecheck tonight.
Good backside pressure. There's more unison. There's more five-man cohesion there because Shattenkirk walked the line, cutting the ice in half inside the blue line, forcing the puck carrier.
Oh, and Johnson shot blocked there.
And Reeves was the one that came back hard through the middle. Supposed to do that.
And now Johnson again, this time can't get it by Yashkin. He scored the Blues' first goal. And then Butler made it 2-0 at 4:30. And it's 8-0 shots in the second period for the Blues.
And after the first goal, Patrick Wall burned his timeout. Very animated discussion on their bench.
And at the line, that is Steen in there, but the play is offside. Oh, Wednesday on Cardinals Hot Stove, we recap 2014, plus Jim Hayes and Al Rabowski issue their Cardinals New Year's resolutions and chat with the newest Cardinal, Mark Reynolds. The Cardinals Hot Stove Year in Review airs Wednesday at 6:30 on Fox Sports Midwest. Now the Avalanche with it. And Johnson's pass to center ice. Moved in for Briere. He pulls the trigger. Saved by Brodeur. And the rebound to the corner. Now Briere gets it again. Out high, Hayda. His shot up high. Hits the glass. Karam's in front. And the captain Landeskog. Back for Johnson. And his drive blocked in front by Pietrangelo. And then Hayda lobs it wide. Avalanche center it. And now it's taken care of by Backes. And he cruises out of the zone. 3-on-2 here. In for Oshie. Nice pass to Backes, to Steen, right pad save Varlamov on a 3-on-2 break. And now the puck taken by Johnson again. And then Steen runs into the goaltender Varlamov, incidental contact. Play continues, here's Briere. And that pass gobbled up by Jackman. Long feed, Laterra into Claire. And he's caught from behind by Barrie and can't get a shot on goal. The fans yell, but I think Barrie made a good defensive play.
Good pass on the line change. Laterra jumps off the bench on a change, and he stays on side. Barrie's a smaller defenseman with offensive skills, but he's just got good hockey sense. When you have hockey sense, you're able to still defend well, especially when you're undersized. The son of former NHLer Len Barrie.
Avalanche did get a shot on that last sequence down the ice. Their first shot in over 12 minutes going back to the first period. And now it is Nathan MacKinnon. High hoister to center ice. Tarasenko wraps up his man, and he takes a penalty here. And that will be our first minor of the night against Tarasenko.
Well, Tarasenko ended up just reaching around with one hand on his stick here. And that's the call. Now, he didn't grab him, though. When he had one hand on his stick, he just left his hands to the side.
St. Louis penalty and 2 minutes for holding.
So he, in essence, didn't actually hold anybody. He just had one hand on his stick, and he had the other hand onto the left. There was no hold, more of a guiding one-hander. How's that sound?
Well, it didn't sound too good for the referee. He sends him off. And the Avalanche get the first power play of the night. Face-off won by Lapierre. And Pietrangelo fires it down the ice. And Darren, a big key killing penalties is you've got to win the face-off. The other night, the Blues lost 7 of 8 draws.
That's right.
While killing penalties.
And, that's not good enough. And that's a strength of the Blues. They're terrific on the dot.
Now Duchesne drifts in for the Avalanche. And that comes around now for Stewart. Stolen Backes, but he lost his stick.
Yep.
Now he steps on the puck like a soccer player. And all the way to the end board. I don't think I've ever seen a player do that.
Haven't seen that often. Not for that long.
And now back to Shattenkirk. And a long flipper goes to the corner. That is some creativity by David Backes.
Certainly gave the bench a little jump and the fans here.
And now Gimlet to center ice. In for Duchesne. He drifts in, pass in front, and Booger got over, made the save.
Got the paddle down nicely.
And then Duchesne is belted down by Jackman. Duchesne now back for Barrie. One-timer by Redmond blocked. Now Redmond again to the corner.
Good block by Berglund.
And then Talbot gets it for Colorado. To Duchesne, pass in front, off the skate of Jackman. And then Redmond comes in again. He is pushed by Berglund. 35 to go in the power play. Redmond back with a goal, chased by Shattenkirk. Out high now for Barrie. And he looks around. Duchesne sets up on the half boards. Now back to the line. And a drop by Iginla was high and wide.
Iginla just stayed lurking just inside the blue line for the longest time, waiting for that pass, and he got it right on the numbers. Just missed.
And then Oshie picks the puck off the wall and fires it down the ice. And 5 to go in the Avs power play. Here they come to center ice. John Mitchell down his off wing. Chased by Bouwmeester. Tarasenko is back, and the Avalanche no shots on that power play. And now Johnson in the corner. against his former teammate Stastny. It comes free now for Tarasenko. He flies to center ice. 2-on-2 to the middle. Drops it. Laterra. And he broke his stick in a rather inopportune time. And now it comes in front. They jam away. Stastny there, and now it's grabbed by Barrie. And the Avalanche, who just dodged the bullet, to center ice for Iginla. He comes in 3-on-2 to the net. Pass back in front. And Tanguay was too closely covered. Never got it. And the Blues with it. Maybe Lapierre with a good stick there. And now Reeves will barge ahead and poke it down the ice. Blues are changing. And here's Lapierre on the ice. His shot. Stick save Varlamov. And it comes around and now taken by Tanguay. On to center ice, Briere into O'Reilly as things open up here. And then a shot, a weak one by Brad Stewart wide. And then Landeskog was pressured. Good job there by the Blues, Ian Cole. And Reeves the other way. Under 8 to play in the second period. The Blues leading 2-0 on goal from Yashkin and Butler. And then Hayden back to this side for Landeskog. And then Ryan O'Reilly off the glass in deep. And Shattenkirk. And around for Backes, tipped on to Oshie. And that puck does come to center ice and then back in. And we get the offside. So a furious pace here in the second period, and the Blues with a 2-0 lead. Well, that is Briere in the box for holding, and the Blues will get their first power play of the evening.
It's time for Everett, Missouri.
As he grabs the Blues player. And the BJC Healthcare difference maker, the Blues power play right now is #1 in the entire NHL. And it's their best number since '96. And they win the faceoff back for Steen.
That's going back a long ways, and that says an awful lot about the skill level, too, that the Blues have.
Blues 8 for their last 20. And again, their first power play of the night. The Avs are 7th best on the kill at 85%. Now Tarasenko in for Laterra.
Real clean entry into the offensive zone. Perfectly executed.
Wide open Steen. He comes in and drive, and that goes wide. With a Backes screen in front. And now taken off the boards by Cleach. And he wrists it down the ice.
All starts with the attention to detail in seamlessly moving from the defensive zone into the offensive zone to set up that chance by Steen.
The Blues are 1 for 11 in 3 games against the Avalanche. Now Steen comes in to Yashkin, missed a wide open net on a great feed. And Yashkin had the whole top corner. Now it comes around to Shattenkirk. And his pass to the corner, tipped by Johnson. Shattenkirk again, back to the line.
A good play by Oshie just to keep that puck in.
And now for Yashkin. To Stastny. And he sends it around the board. Back to the line again for Steen. 45 to go in the power play. And then Stastny sets up shop on the half wall. Looks for Shattenkirk. He's covered. Stastny in front. And now to the corner for Oshie. And then they try to go to Shattenkirk. Good stick there by the Avs, but kept alive by Shattenkirk. Now in front, Yashkin, backhander, and a save by Varlamov. And we get some pushing in front.
And Yashkin's going to grab Eric Johnson, who goes 6'4", 230 pounds. That's a good play by Yashkin. Jump right in there as Oshie's getting handled by a few white sweaters. But this is Paul Stastny. In small areas of the ice, makes those little passes, and he sets up Yashkin at the very end of this play. There. Just a quick little pass right there, and that's what Stastny's waiting for as well. As he's on the half boards, he was waiting and waiting. There was no play. So he wasn't going to jam something through a couple of defensemen and have a puck picked off, so he played it back, reversed it back into the corner, and that's where Oshie ended up handling the puck. You need calmness and patience, and you can't jam things if it's not there.
Now Backes wins a faceoff. Tarasenko for Laterra, pressured by Stewart. And then the Avalanche get the puck. Good job down low, and now Nate Gennin to center ice, 2-on-2. And he throws it wide of the Blues goal. And then Bouwmeester leaves it for Pietrangelo. And the Blues to center ice now, Laterra. Right up the gut. Avs are back at full strength and drive by Pietrangelo on goal.
What a save
by Varlamov. Rebound in front. And Tarasenko shot it but missed. And then something came up high on him. Now Hayda comes back for Tanguay, but a great back check there by Tarasenko. Out-muscles Tanguay with it. And now Tarasenko goes for a little skate back at his own line.
I don't know if Varlamov saw that shot from Pietrangelo with the traffic in front. Back is right on the doorstep, but man, he got that glove on that one at the last second. It was labeled.
And now the Blues into the zone. Here's a drop pass for Otta. Shot, glove save, Varlamov. And no further play. Under 5 to play in the second period. The shot's 11-1 for the Blues, and they've scored 2.
Blues execution through the neutral zone and getting into the offensive zone has been very good. This one here, pass back to Pietrangelo. It was Laterra in front. My mistake, I thought it was Backes. There's Laterra in front of the net. And here's the shot. Pietrangelo got a lot on that one there. And you can see at the last second, Varlamov sticks out that glove trying to look through Nick Gannon, his defenseman, and Jori Laterra with some good presence in front of the net.
Now Steen on the face-off. Against O'Reilly. Back to the line, Bouwmeester. That pass was picked off by Iginla. And now Landeskog up the middle. Great stick again by Bouwmeester. Play with Backes.
Good communication from the bench, though. You can tell that there's a lot of energy with the Blues bench. Telling Backes to heads up, otherwise he's going to get drilled there.
And here's Erik Johnson. Long feed to center ice. And then O'Reilly comes in. Funnels one behind the Blues goal. And then TJ Oshie there. Johnson gets it back for the Avs. Jammed to the corner by Bouwmeester. A shot to the corner. Pad save Brodeur.
He doesn't do that reverse VH over there, does he, John?
No, he stands up.
Yeah, pads straight, facing the shooter. No way that's going in there.
Now back is in on the forecheck against Johnson. Avalanche with it. Talbot takes the hit from Ott. And the puck to center ice. And now Redmond flies in. His drive, short side, saved by Brodeur. And then Lapierre trying to work it away. In some traffic. Gets some help from Ott, who was belted down, but he gets it to center. And now down the ice. And icing is called. Brodeur has stopped all 11 tonight. And of course, Darren, as you know, back in '98, Brodeur was teammates on the Canadian Olympic team with Patrick Waugh. Although in that Olympic in Nagano, Waugh played in every game of the Olympic tournament, but they were teammates. And of course, they have so much in common. In addition, Brodeur's dad played on the Canadian Olympic team back in '56, Darren. I don't know if you remember that one. It was in Cortina, Italy.
Absolutely.
They won the bronze, and every game was played outdoors that year in Italy.
Oh, it was a lovely weather that year.
Beautiful weather in Italy.
And Marty's dad, longtime photographer of the Montreal Canadiens, so well respected, passed away about a year ago. Marty got back for Christmas to Montreal, John, and he got to see his mother and make sure he spent a couple of days, even though it was only a couple of days, Marty made sure he got back there to be with her.
And I know he was very close to his dad, who, as you said, was the longtime photographer of the Canadiens. And as you said, a man very well respected in hockey circles.
You know, I was there in Nagano working at Olympics when those two goaltenders were there, along with Curtis Joseph, who was the third goalie.
Canada lost that year in a shootout to the Czechs.
That was it, and all of a sudden the gold medal hopes, it was done, just like that. I was standing right beside Wayne Gretzky during the shootout. He did not participate in the shootout. Mark Crawford didn't choose him, but he couldn't even watch. I remember him saying, I can't believe it's being decided on a shootout.
Yeah, I agree. Now it's Shattenkirk, a big hit by Reeves.
Yep, big hit.
That was on Talbot. He gets up slowly.
Yeah. Reeves has been backtracking like a man in this game.
And now McKinnon comes in for the Avalanche. Reeves has 3 hits in the first period. Duchesne trying to get to the front. Denied by Stastny. Now Duchesne again, a backhander. That's blocked in front by Shattenkirk. And then Shattenkirk flips it high, and it comes to center ice. Flops down to Yashkin. One-on-one here. The late man is Cole. In on goal, a shot. And he whipped that one wide. And then Erik Johnson gets spun down back of the goal, and he's been hurt. And the puck flopped down the ice again. Shattenkirk cuts back of his own goal. Iginla can't catch him. Long pass to center ice. Whipped in by Laterra. And the referee has a stick. There was a loose stick down there. And you don't see the referee just carry a stick like that too often. Almost like he says he wants the puck. And now the Blues can't hold it in. Tanguay to center ice. Here comes Jarome Iginla. Good back check there. Great stick by Berglund. And then Tarasenko ahead to Berglund. Redmond breaks it up at the line, and now it's gloved down by Tanguay with 80 seconds left here in the second period. And the Blues leading 2-0. Mitchell at the line. Tanguay was in offside. Now they clear the zone. And then smack back in. Here's Bouwmeester, long feed. That goes all the way down on goal, and a pad save by Varlamov. Oh. Eric Johnson has gone to the Avalanche locker room.
Yes, he has. Earlier in the period, Stewart kind of was slow going off as well. They've got 7 defensemen dressed, so Holden could get some spots there on the back end.
Now Backes, a big hit back of the goal. Steen pokes it in front, but it's taken care of by Landeskog. And his pass. Great stick by Oshie. And the Blues fly back in the zone. Drop pass. Oshie the shot. And Landeskog got over and tipped it. And that goes out of play. One of the most popular nights of the season is just around the corner. Wednesday, February 18th at the Scottrade Center. It's the annual 14 Fun Casino Night. This year's theme is Derby Days and will feature great entertainment, a fully stocked horseshoe bar featuring mint-juleps, a commemorative gift, and much more. Tickets for Casino Night are on sale now at stlouisblues.com/community.
Well, the Blues have long talked about getting back to their identity, what they're associated with. Backside pressure, tenacious, strong sticks, big bodies leaning on people. But it's always been about their defensive play. And in this game here, they've gone back to the basics, and they've been strong in their backside pressure in the right area of the ice. They picked up a lot of pucks and not allowed the Colorado Avalanche to get going through the neutral zone.
What did Bradshaw say to us? So here's a turnover. Landeskog comes in. Hit the back of the goal. Shaw said before the game, it's been a long time since he played a 60-minute game.
Yep. So
far, they played a near-perfect 40-minute game, as now Shattenkirk gets it, then sends it high to center, and then Ott and Landeskog bump, and then Ott comes back after the sweep.
Yeah, Landeskog just gave him a little semi-cross-check push into the boards after it was cleared. And 4 blue sweaters come jumping on in. And then Shattenkirk on the outside as well.
Shots 11-3 for the Blues in that second period.
There's a little play, that little stick between the legs a little bit. Then Ott finishes his check, and then, bang, little cross check on the back. You'd expect that in this series. It's been physical, been nasty, but it's been a fast pace. As we take a look at our Plaza Tire Service shot comparison as we now focus in on number 9, Matt Duchene. His line, 0 even strength chance in the first period. Dmitry Yashkin, 5 total, and plenty to talk about after 40. Pat and Bernie.
Yeah, great start to this hockey game and a very good second period. You see Blues fans heading out to the concourse here after 2 periods of play. And up here at the Fox Box with the Hall of Famer Bernie Federko, I'm Pat Paris. Coming up, it'll be the Jack in the Box intermission report. We'll have plenty to break down, Bernie, but they continued what they started in the first period. They just had the success of the 2 goals.
Yeah, solid defense. They turned it up a notch. They got a lot more pressure on the Colorado defense, as we talked about. The forecheck was there. Blues ended up outshooting the Colorado Avalanche 11-3 in that second period. Got a couple of goals. So doing all the right things and getting rewarded for it for a change, Pat, which I think is very, very important.
Absolutely right. Goals by Yashkin and Butler. It's 2-0 after 20 or 40 minutes of play. 2 periods here at Scottrade Center. It's the Jack in the Box intermission report. We'll break down this terrific second period next on Fox Sports Midwest.
Yashkin and Butler have scored for the Blues. It is 2-0 after 2 periods here at sold-out Scottrade Center. And again, happy holidays. John Kelly upstairs. Darren Pang is downstairs. The Blues are really solid second period. Darren, as you know, they got the 2 goals, but also held the Avalanche to 3 shots on goal.
And you want to finish this off right. We talked in the open about this being a 60-minute performance, again, getting back to the strengths of what the St. Louis Blues have established themselves as, and that's a full 60-minute squad. But when you look at this game here with Martin Brodeur, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know how this is going to play out. Does Brian Elliott play tomorrow night? Are they going to have 3 goalies for a little bit of time alongside Jake Allen? Well, one thing for sure, you appreciate every time you see this guy play, because you never know when his last game will come alive. But his stick work in front of the net, how he manages his net, it's something that he talks about an awful lot. managing your net, placing pucks for your defenseman, making sure you're talking to your defenseman and communicating. He has had an outstanding first 40 minutes.
Blues hockey is sponsored by Bud Light, who reminds fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. The Blues 10-1-2 and leading after 2. The Avalanche are 4-11-1 when trailing. Here's Ryan Reeves in for the Blues. Now centered by Stastny to the line now for Ian Cole. Here's Cole, a wrist shot. Hit a leg in front. Varlamov diving out, and he has it in the glove, and we get a whistle.
Well, that's a shot off to the side, and Dmitry Yashkin, who just goes over there to Ian Cole and pats him on the rear end, said that, I'm sure he said that's the right play. That shot, there's no chance. I got a great view of it from here. No chance to put it on net. You put it off to the side. Keep your eye on the back side of the stick of Yashkin there. And he does get a piece of it. He's got very good hand-eye coordination. He's trying to box out against Eric Johnson, and just doesn't get enough of a redirection on that one.
Again, Yashkin had the Blues' first goal. Butler the second one, his first of the Blues. Here's Butler again, a drive, and that hit a body on the way through.
Yeah, Yuri Laterra caught that right in the pants.
And now to center ice, Butler will funnel it right back in. And Varlamov, former draft choice of the Washington Capitals in the first round back in 06. In for McKinnon. Forced to the corner by Shattenkirk. Now McKinnon drops it off for Jan Hayda. And then back for McKinnon again. He'll lob it back of the goal. And then Bergman there for the Blues. And then bodies go flying. McKinnon gets the puck. And the youngster with it for Colorado. A shot. Blocker save Brodeur. And he punches that one all the way back to center ice.
I'm not sure if he meant to do that. We've seen him do that before. But if he did, that's even more outstanding. Using the blocker and making sure it gets beyond everybody.
Now Eric Johnson, who left late in that second period for the Avalanche. Tipped in by O'Reilly. And then played by Brodeur for Bouwmeester. And then Steen to center ice to Backes. Then off the boards and in. Stewart back defensively. Can't get it. Now Oshie in front to Backes. Into it right by his blade. And the Avalanche dodged the bullet there.
Well, at 5-on-5, this line here led by TJ Oshie generated 5 even-strength scoring chances after 40 minutes of play.
And now Backes to center ice for Oshie. Flops one to the end board. On into the forecheck. Out muscles Redmond for it. And now Lapierre comes in, but the Avalanche have it. And here's Redmond to center ice for O'Reilly. And no play is there, so he sends it to the corner. And Brodeur for Jackman. And he gets away from the forechecking of Briere. And now Ian Cole. And he goes the other way with it for Jackman. Up the boards and out for Ott. Who circles back in his own zone. Now Cole a pass. Cross ice. Ott goes down.
Well, both Lapierre and Ott were both looking for the other guy to take the puck, and it's squirted by both of them.
And a drive by Cleach, and that goes wide on the short side. Oh, Yashkin, a blind pass there, picked off. Here's Cleach again, a drive, and that's well wide. And now Yashkin to Tarasenko in the clear. Breakaway, in a goal! And he never got a shot. Somebody hooked his stick at the last second.
Yeah, just a little push with his stick by Nate Gennon. Good defensive play there.
And no penalty.
No, it's a good play.
And now it's Shattenkirk. His pass blocked. And McKinnon flies the other way for the Avalanche. His pass to Talbot picked off. And then McKinnon is hit by Yashkin on the wall. Now Duchesne centers it off a stick right to Shattenkirk. And the Blues head the other way. And that's dumped in by the Blues in front. Eric Johnson away from Yashkin. Then Johnson flies in. And a little backhand pass through the goal crease area.
Good job by Butler, though, taking the stick of McKinnon. He's the dangerous player of that play. That's where Johnson was heading to.
And now McKinnon knocked down. It comes to Hayden on the drive. Blocked by Ryan Reeves.
Good effort by Reeves.
And it goes out of play.
And Blues bench up patting the boards as well. Giving Reeves a lot of credit for going down there. Hey, Reeves has played a good all-around game. He's been good on the backside pressure. He's been tenacious on the forecheck. And that is a well-timed block right there. Yashkin put this one right on that tape of Tarasenko. And you see Tarasenko tries to hide the puck on the backside of his blade for as long as possible. And then you can see it here. It's on the back forehand, and then on the backhand there. And then it just rolls by. And obviously, there was a little bit of a push from my angle from Nate Gennon stick on stick. Good defensive play, and maybe just dusted off just a little too much there at the end.
And now the Blues to center ice up the middle. Steen, clear cut, save Varlamov!
What a save!
And it goes wide. Another breakaway chance for the Blues. And now Mitchell the other way for Colorado.
Well, Steen's had some good chances this game, hasn't he?
None better than that breakaway. And now it's kept in by Stewart. To the corner. And that's blocked by Steen. Pressured by Mitchell, comes free. And now Bouwmeester for Oshie. And he tips it to center ice. Shots 3-1 for the Blues here in this third period. Oshie at center ice. And he was hog-tied by Iginla. And the Avalanche work it deep, but now Pietrangelo across to Bouwmeester. And ahead now for Jori Lehtera. Into Berglund. He comes in. Berglund, a shot. And a save by Varlamov. He is down and has it in his glove.
Well, on that last chance by Alexander Steen, we're going to focus in here on one player, which is John Mitchell on the left-hand side up there. And then you see there's a little hesitation there by the defenseman Stewart. That allows Oshie to get it over to Steen, and Steen tries to go high to the glove side. And those big square shoulder pads of Varlamov get a piece of that. Steen just took a little gander here at the replay. There might have been more room just under the bar. Maybe just didn't get it up high enough, but it's a good save nonetheless.
Now O'Reilly up the middle. For Landeskog, a shot. And a glove save by Brodeur, and the rebound is punched ahead for Berglund. And Berglund at the line doesn't clear it. And then O'Reilly tips it in toward the goal. Brodeur sets it up for Jackman. Up the right wing side to Tarasenko. Great pass. Now to Berglund into the zone. And then for Lehtera. And he's checked in the corner. Now Lehtera gets it back again. Played back of the cage for Tarasenko. And then back for Ian Cole. Can't get a shot through. Instead for Lehtera. And Lehtera fights off a check. He is so strong in his skates. Now in front. And that was blocked by Tyson Barrie. And O'Reilly to center ice. Chris Porter, who began tonight's game on this line, has not returned since injuring himself in the second period. And the way he went down, Darren, I'd be shocked if he comes back tonight.
I would say he's out for the remainder of the contest. He's had a gritty 2 hockey games here. That's for sure.
Now it is the Avalanche to the corner, Talbot. And then Backes comes tumbling into the corner on McKinnon.
7 hits in the last game against Dallas for Chris Porter, playing with Tarasenko and Lehtera.
And the Blues, they almost forgot something rather important there, but Brodeur bailed him out, and he fires it down the ice. And a race for it. Oshie in there against Gennon. And then Oshie trying to kick it back of the goal against Gennon. Puck in front, a shot. Lapierre is robbed by Varlamov. What a chance there.
What a pass.
Butler back of the goal.
What a pass by Oshie. On his knees, goes to the backhand, right on the tape.
Now back to Shattenkirk. And then for Butler. And his wrist shot hit an ankle. Karam's to this side now for Lapierre. And then Lapierre waits. And his shot again off a leg in front. Ott wins a battle down low. Back to Butler. The shot. And that got through, and a save by Varlamov. And this time has it under the pad. As the Blues look to extend their 2-goal lead. They've had many chances here in this third period.
Time for a Bomber Automotive Sports update. Blues in Nashville tomorrow night. Tonight, the Preds in Chicago. Midway through the first, Roman Josi makes it 1-0 Nashville. Then later in the period, Craig Smith scores his 11th of the season, makes it 2-0. It's now 3-1 Nashville, leading Chicago late in the second period. John and Darren, there are the standings. You see Chicago, Nashville, St. Louis all bunched up together.
Yeah, Nashville could tie the Hawks with a clean victory tonight. And, of course, the Blues are in Nashville tomorrow night.
What a start to the season for Peter Laviolette. The only head coach they've ever seen was Barry Trotz. So different voice, a little different system, but they still play a hard defensive game.
And another shot by Bouwmeester up high. The Blues have won 67% of the draws tonight, and that's a season high so far.
Well, we go back to this chance right here. Great pass by Oshie, a little sweeping forehander. And at this point, it happens so quick. So right away, I can sense on my side that Alexander Steen, he wants to see. He just wants to see, is there room there? Maybe I go to the stick side. Do I have to go by his ears? Those are instantaneous decisions that you make.
He was either looking at your shoe shine or the monitor down below your broadcast booth. I suspect the replay, Darren.
He's going to be a guest analyst one time, I think.
He'd be a sharp one.
And then there was some great conversation between Gabriel Landeskog and Steve Ott during the commercial break between the benches.
12:45 left here. Well, Brodeur, a risky pass. McGinley cuts it off. And now it's picked up by Stastny, who has assisted on both Blues goals tonight.
Yep, +2, 55% on the dots. He's had a real strong game against his former club.
Goals from Yashkin and Butler. And now Landeskog to center ice. Gets it in deep. Jackman back of the goal. Trying to work it away from the forecheck of Briere. Landeskog with it. Erik Johnson in front. Gets it a shot. That's blocked. Another chance. O'Reilly. It's tipped by somebody's stick out of play.
Yeah, Ian Cole got over there quick. That's very, very tight. Good quality scoring area. Moving from right to left, so it changes the angle a little bit. And you can see the stick there of Cole. Stick on puck, just gets it. It's angled ever so slightly so that it's got to go up high. Good defensive play there by Cole.
And the best chance by Johnson, who again has scored in 4 straight games. The first Avalanche defenseman to do that since Sandis Ozolinsh back in '96.
Doesn't Ozolinsh have the record too? 23 goals in one season for a defenseman.
Yeah, for Colorado.
He'll challenge that.
Now it is Barrie a shot, lobbed on goal. Kicked away by Brodeur. Now Briere back of the goal. Canceled by Laterra. Worked on to Steen. Nice pass to Oshie. The Blues to center ice. And then Steen from 90 feet. That shot is wide. And Johnson gets it back for Colorado. Pass off the skates of Duchesne. And he darts by Laterra. Moved in by McKinnon. Drops it. Hayden the drive. That goes wide, and he pounded that one with a lot of mustard. Now the Blues the other way. And on to center ice for Berglund.
Oh boy, Jan Hayden, Shattenkirk. Shattenkirk ended up getting dumped right in the neutral zone.
Now Berglund on this line with Laterra and Tarasenko. The Avalanche with it. Duchesne tips it down the ice, but no icing here. And Butler back first for the Blues. 9 minutes gone here in the third period. And now Lapierre cruising through the neutral zone. Blues trying to snap their 4-game winless streak. Puck comes around. Tarasenko there, but the Avalanche break it up. Handled by Bouwmeester, and back in it goes, and a tricky one just wide of Varlamov. And now Ott, back of the goal, Lapierre. To the back for Bouwmeester. Bouwmeester shoots one, tipped in front. Rebounded Tarasenko, and a shot wide. And then kept in by Pietrangelo. And then Lapierre trying to feed it in front. Good stick there by John Mitchell, and now Mitchell to center ice. Too far for Tanguay. And a good read there by Brodeur. Hooks it around the goal for Bouwmeester, and just like that, the Blues to center ice.
Yeah, effortlessly, and Bouwmeester knows it, so he just peels off to the side, and easy out.
Now Tarasenko, great move and a shot. And that was blocked in front. Little head fake move by Tarasenko. And he lost everybody. And now Pietrangelo on the boards. Lost it. He gets it back. In deep for Yashkin. Trying to get by Barrie. Now Yashkin around the goal. To the back for Cole. Yashkin again. No shooting lane is open. Now Cole comes in. Fires it wide of the goal. And then Yashkin back to Pietrangelo. Shot. Right on goal, and a save by Varlamov. Pressure by the Blues. Now Cole again. Great pass. Yashkin. Fake shot. Now to the slot. And can't pull the trigger again.
Great shift, though. Great shift.
And Yashkin tied up in the corner. He goes down. Barrie gets the puck. And almost stripped there by Stastny. And the Avalanche finally hoisted high and down the ice. What a shift indeed for that Yashkin line.
Yeah, really good shift. Good support on the bench, too. That's one of the first times in this period with a little sustained pressure, and it went on for a long period of time.
And now it's covered by Varlamov. 9:03 to go in the third period, and the Blues leading 2-0.
Well, it's been a good evening of hockey for the St. Louis Blues. And for Chris Butler, the St. Louis native as well. On his toes, good skater, playing really, really well. That's why he's got a Mazda drive to the net, and why wouldn't he? Fancy little forehand, backhand, and he gives the goaltender Varlamov, the old 9 of hearts, right there with a crafty little maneuver.
And the Blues win another faceoff, but it comes back between the point men. And now wristed back in by Pietrangelo.
A little hesitation there between Bouwmeester and Pietrangelo. They've had a strong game. That one there.
The old I've got it, you take it. Now Redmond slowly onto center ice. Long dump in, Bouwmeester. First man back in traffic. And a hit there by Landeskog.
Boy, Bouwmeester was in a vulnerable spot, wasn't he? He's got that on his back and did not see Landeskog coming, and he hits hard.
Now it's dumped in, Varlamov to play it. To the far side for Johnson. His pass, a soft one, picked off by Laterra. Followed up by Oshie. He comes in, and he can't get through the Avalanche defense, and it's filtered back down the ice.
Johnson didn't see him because Laterra had come off the bench on a line change for Backes.
And now Pietrangelo along, feed to center ice, tipped along by Tarasenko. Toward the goal, good skating there by Tyson Barrie. He could really fly now to center ice. Over Talbot's stick. And now Shattenkirk back defending for the Blues. Nice job to get away from 2 forecheckers to Laterra. And the puck to center ice to Berglund. And now Barrie back in his own zone. Grajeda to Duchesne. Tipped at the line. Played by Shattenkirk up the gut. And the Avalanche slow it up, and that puts the play offside. Coming up tonight on Fox Sports Live, it's Black Monday in the NFL. 4 coaches are gone, are more on the way. Our insider has what you need to know. The regular season is done, so who's the MVP? Randy Moss and Donovan McNabb will tell you who they chose and more. Plus highlights from across the NBA, NHL, and college basketball tonight on Fox Sports Live.
What will Dan O'Toole and Jay Onroyd have in store tonight, John Kelly?
Some great commentary, great highlights, and perhaps some humor.
A little humor. They're awesome.
Now it's Mitchell to center ice. Long pass. That goes by Iginla, and icing called against Colorado.
Close one there. Iginla trying to get the step on Jackman. Both those players, good veteran players, everybody respects around the NHL. That's why when you see those 2 guys fighting as they did in the last game, just dropping the mitts after Iginla had a hit there on the boards on Barrett Jackman. That's hockey.
Iginla 568 goals. That is 21st all time. Former first rounder by the Dallas Stars. Now it is John Mitchell coming in front for Johnson, and a great back check by Yashkin, who has played a wonderful all-around game tonight for the Blues. Now Jackman again under some pressure.
Well, the Blues can't leave the zone that early. You got to stay as a 5-man unit and come a lot lower than that.
Especially when you're leading 2-0. Now Iginla, back to Stewart, a shot and a glove save by Brodeur, and he has it.
Now Marty will take that any time, and he knows that he's got to get a stoppage of play. Telling the players to calm things down. One guy that hasn't been calm in this game has been the big burly winger, Ryan Reeves. In on the forecheck, in on the hunt, right off the hop. And our Nissan.com checks of the game belong to number 75. A rare combination of a big, strong, athletic guy that can skate like he can. I mean, he's got to be one of the more unheralded stars of this game.
Reeves and Yashkin have led the Blues with 4 hits apiece. And now the puck off a shin pad to center ice. Skated along by Lapierre to the backhand. A shot, and that goes high.
He's good on the backhand. Hardly any curve on his stick.
And now the Montreal-born Lapierre with it again. For Butler. His wrist shot. Knocked down in front by Barrie. And now moved along to McLeod. He was checked at center ice by Butler. Good gap there by the Blues. Now Barrie drifts in on his off wing. Barrie a shot. And that was just wide of the goal. Looking for a tip by Cleach. Now another drive. Tipped in front by Nick Holden. And the Blues blocked that. And Steve Ott powers to center ice and fires it in.
Good second effort there. End of the shift. Tired in your own zone, but good second effort by Ott.
And a good read by Pietrangelo. Gets it back. In on goal. Wide open. Another shot. And it goes just wide of the goal. Boy, Pietrangelo had tons of time there on a give and go.
And then Lapierre just missed on a sharp angle.
And then down low it's Steen. Fights off his check. For Oshie. Oshie in traffic. And he tried to make a pass through a couple of bodies. That was blocked. And the Blues have to clear the zone. And then drilled back in by Pietrangelo with 5:25 to go in regulation time.
There should be a lot of that here in the last 5.
Now it's John Hayden to center ice. Nice dump in there. Goes to Landeskog. Who's hit by Backes. At the line of diving Oshie. Can't get to it in time. And then thrown to the corner. Good read by Pietrangelo. He steps up. And now Backes gets it out for Oshie. And at center ice, he gains the red line and sends it deep. Here's Berglund tied up at notch by Hayden. And then O'Reilly passes one to Talbot. And a leg goes to the Avalanche player. McKinnon a shot. And Brodeur saw that one all the way. Here the Blues countering with Jori Lehtera. And he'll lob one to the corner. It's Barrie up the wing for McKinnon. And that saucer pass picked off. They score! Tarasenko! His 22nd is a new career high.
A poor decision by Nate McKinnon of the Colorado Avalanche to send a backhand saucer pass right through the middle of the ice. Vladimir Tarasenko makes them pay. And you see Yashkin on the left side. There's the saucer pass there. And it's picked off by Tarasenko. And Tarasenko not only picks it off there, flips it through the legs, gets it in one quick motion and says, thanks for coming. And that should finish off this game for the St. Louis Blues. 22 goals, and that's a peach hunt.
His third goal in 4 games against the Avalanche, a new career high, and the goal at 15:25. And Darren, how he shot that puck so hard in one motion is quite amazing.
Well, his wrists are the size of redwood tree. It's just, he knows, and he's been trained at a young age. You only have a split second to make a decision, otherwise it gets blocked. You can see that in the way he prepares for those kind of shots.
He gets the goal unassisted at 15:25. Now Chris Butler throws it back on the goal for Yashkin. And he is upended there by Nate Gannon. Yashkin gets up, back on the line. And then Shattenkirk will fire it right back in behind the goal. And good work there by Stasny. Stole the puck, but no one was home in front. And then lobbed to center ice by Tanguay. Glove down by Steen. Flies right back into Oshie. In on goal, a shot. And a save with the blocker by Varlamov. And he has it. A great read by Tarasenko. A better shot. 3-0 St. Louis.
22 goals for the Russian-born sniper. Played in the KHL at the age of 16 years of age, and there's our Pliers tire service shot comparison. O'Reilly's got 4, Tarasenko 3 total, 1. 1 is the key there. As he picks this one off, slides it through the legs of Matt Duchene, and in one quick motion before Redmond, the defenseman, can get there, by the glove side.
Tarasenko, we mentioned earlier, from Yaroslavl, Russia. It's also the same town that produced the first woman in space, a young lady by the name of Valentina Tereshkova. And Vladdy knows of her, the first woman in space from Yaroslavl.
He's a worldly guy, and I happened to be at a fine establishment last night called Ruth Chris in Clayton. My good buddy Jeff Dill runs that place, and as per normal, who orders out and gets a nice big steak to take home? Vladdy Tarasenko.
He has turned into a dynamic goal scorer. Came into the league 3rd in goals tonight with 21, now with 22.
You know, and with Chris Porter's injury in that second period, and not a good one by the looks of it on our angles, and the pain that he was in. So Tarasenko and many more have been having to pick up a few extra minutes there along the way.
Aaron, one key tonight for the Blues was to stay out of the penalty box.
Yeah.
Both clubs have had 1 power play apiece, so the Blues have been much more disciplined tonight. Here's Oshie back to the goal.
Well, when you initiate and don't retaliate and aren't caught chasing the game, you end up on the good side of that ledger.
There have only been 10 games in the league this season with 2 or fewer penalties in a game. And one of those is tonight, although we still have 2:45 left. Blues goals from Yashkin, Butler, and Tarasenko. And Martin Brodeur stopped all 16 Avalanche shots. Now Duchesne can't get by Ian Cole, who stands up and punches it back down the ice.
One of the reasons why the gap closure has been better in this game is because the backside pressure, the reloads from the forwards have been disciplined and good.
And now it is Talbot to center ice, trying to get down the boards on Shattenkirk. Puck comes all the way around for Erik Johnson, trying to spin to get into a shooting position. He can't get much on it, and that's blocked. And now Berglund to center ice.
And as soon as you get to center ice, you get that puck in deep. No fiddling around with that thing.
And Berglund knocked down back of the goal by McKinnon. And Johnson's pass too hot to handle for Talbot. And that's no icing now as Brodeur plays it. Under 2 to play here. Blues to center. Tipped in by Yashkin. And now Tyson Barrie back defensively onto Mitchell. And Mitchell floats one to the corner. Here's Bouwmeester around for his partner Pietrangelo. Look out! A Gimlet comes in with some speed. And Pietrangelo saw him at the last second. And now it is Barrie at his own line to Gannon. Long pass intended for Tanguay. Again, Brodeur goes to play it, so there's no icing. And now Backes. And it's stolen by Tanguay. Do again with a shot, and that's tipped by a blue stick wide of the goal. And then knocked to the corner by Pietrangelo. And then up the boards for Reeves. And on to center ice. With a minute to go. The Blues leading 3-0. Pass in front. Steen was in there, but he can't get the pass. Stay with us. Missouri Lottery Blues Live is next. And the fans are chanting Marty, Marty, who has 124 shutouts in his career. That is #1 all time. Landeskog with 30 seconds left. And that's out of the reach of Briere. And then punched back the other way by Jackman. Moved along by Steen into Lapierre. Back to Steen and a goal! And a good stick by Varlamov to break it up.
Another terrific shift from TJ Oshie. Really been impressed with his play the last 2 games.
And the Avalanche fumble the puck at their own line. 7 to go. Fans on their feet. Brodeur, shutout number 125. Extends his record. And first as a Blue.
Want to know how incredible 125 shutouts is? Brian Elliott, who's had a fine young career, has got 124 wins. 125 shutouts. But he started the game strong, very composed in the net, made a lot of good plays also with the puck. He's been a great influence on these guys at a time in which they have been facing their worst slump of the year.
As they snap their 4-game winless streak with a 3-0 victory, Yashkin gets the winner, Brodeur the shutout.
Well, our Bud Light player of the game, though, we're going to lean towards the guy that took the opening face-off in the former Colorado Avalanche, Paul Stastny, with the 2 helpers, good on the face-off dot, and obviously on that line, a little bit of an adjustment, playing with Reeves on the right, Yashkin on the left. They were very, very good all night long.
Let's go to Tom Calhoun for tonight's 3 stars.
Fans, now let's meet the Bud Light 3 stars of tonight's game. The game's 3rd star, scoring 1 goal and playing at a forward for the Blues, number 23, Dmitry Yashkin. And the game's 2nd star, recording 2 assists in the game, playing at a forward for the Blues, number 26, Paul Stastny. And the game's 1st star, stopping all 16 Colorado shots, playing in goal for the Blues, number 30, Martin Brodeur.
career shutouts. 125 shutouts. Listen to this crowd, Marty. This is great stuff.
It is. It was a big game for us. We needed to come out strong. I didn't have much work out there, but made the save when I needed to. But the boys played an awesome game.
You've been through a lot in your NHL career. You're 42 years of age. You've done it all. The team has been mired in a 4-game slump, and I know how influential you've been in the locker room, on the ice, and talking. So what were some of the keys as you began this game against a tough Colorado team?
Well, I think just to play within ourselves. I think we have a good team when we play a certain way. The coach asks a lot from us, and when we listen, it pays off.
Our fans really enjoyed your puck handling tonight, too. You were very active. You made some great outlet passes as well.
Yeah, I got a couple opportunities to make some long passes and do what I do best.
Is that play the puck or stop the puck?
A little bit of both.
I know there's no motivation because he's the coach on the other team. You're not playing against him, but obviously you two are 1-2 in wins. He's got a pretty good team going over there. What were some of the challenges that you faced with Patrick Roy's squad?
Well, they have a lot of skill, and I think right from the get-go we played them hard, we played them physical, and their D couldn't really jump into play, and that made a big difference. And we stayed out of the penalty box for once lately, so it worked out well.
You're very honest in your assessment. Thank you very much. Crowd's loving it, loving every minute. You should too.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you. Back upstairs to Pat and Bernie.